Afternoon. Hi,
Cheers.
girls. Listen, before we go any further, please like and subscribe to us on YouTube.
And like and follow us on Facebook.
And follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to tweet.
And also, don't forget Instagram. We love a bit of Instagram, don't we, with our chips?
We love it when Sherry talks about Instagram, but she looks beautiful today, you must admit.
Thank you.
With her beautiful after-shoulder, blue, sky blue dress. Anything to stop her talking about
This is
Instagram.
the fashion
We
show.
have got to say a big thank you to Alex for our wonderful chai tea chocolates and teas and everything. They are absolutely fantastic. I mean, girls, we're overwhelmed, blown away.
And I'm just going to say, I am not sharing mine at all with anyone. Just getting it out there now.
No. And I've already started eating mine.
Yes. And all I
Alex,
can say to you is, I know that not all the girls have opened theirs, so I don't want to give away the secret, but when they have, they will come and talk about the magic big square box of chocolates.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Definitely will.
It is.
Can't wait.
Absolutely amazing. You guys haven't
secret
opened,
box.
Harriet and Sherry haven't opened theirs yet, but Dee and I have, so we would not
we
give
have.
the same away.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank
it's
you
so generous.
Thank you, Alex.
And
Amazing.
thank you for
Thank
your
you.
support.
Amazing.
For that.
And your support for
Thank
us
you.
always is lovely. Thank you.
Always.
Absolutely.
She's a lovely, lovely, lovely person.
Now, girls, I am about to bring in our regular superstar of Wednesday, Dr. Tracy Mountford.
Tracy.
Hello,
Tracy.
Wednesday.
Welcome back to
Wednesday.
this. Now, listen, darling, it is What to Watch Wednesday, as we know. And I've been watching this week The Extraordinary Mrs. America with Kate Blanchett. It's a true historical, amazing drama. And I am absolutely hooked. It's all about women's, the fight for equality in America, feminism from both sides. It is on BBC Two, BBC iPlayer. I'm hooked.
Wow.
It is astounding. It's so good.
I'll watch
Yeah.
that. Put that down.
What are you watching?
Well, as you know, girls, I love my documentaries and my docu-series. So I'm now stuck into a Sky documentary called The Trade. And it's about the heroin trafficking, the heroin trade from Mexico into the USA. It is so interesting. They must have spent years filming this.
Wow.
They went into the drug lords, actually filmed with them, filmed them producing the stuff, talked to them, interviewed them, showed them how, they showed you how they got it across the borders. Then they showed you from the other side what impact it's having on the American market, which is phenomenal. It's called The Trade. It is worth it. I think it's a 4-parter. I've seen it all, and I think it's 4 or 5. Well worth a watch. It opened my eyes. We all think we know a lot of stuff. This was worth a watch. What have you been watching, Debbie?
Well, I just follow everything that you say, Tracy.
That's great.
Why wouldn't you?
I was watching 90 Day Fiance. I found myself sort of watching that, and it's so addictive, isn't it?
I know.
mean, it really is. Some strange lady who found this younger man, and I'm just like addicted, and she it's just wonderful. So I'm so sorry, I'm so boring, but I'm just following Tracy. That's what it is.
You're not boring at all, darling. No.
What are you watching, Sherry?
Well, actually, the reason I watched it is because I don't want it to disappear from the screens. It was an episode of Doc Martin, and I love Martin Clunes. I don't know if you've worked with him, but he is just glorious to work with.
Oh, I love him.
And a fabulous person, and so funny. And when you watch Doc Martin, it's just so not him. But there was talk about it not coming back. I'm the only person in the world that's never been in it, I have to say.
No, I haven't been.
I haven't.
Oh, well, that's 3 of us. But I just think it would be terribly sad, because I was watching it with Molly, and she was saying, isn't it lovely to see Cornwall and the filming that they do? And then I watched the documentaries that are part of it, and all the actors talking about it, and they've got their lives down there now. And it was just so wonderful to watch. And I thought, please don't let it go. Please don't take another series off the telly that we all love and watch. They make it every other year. So, you know, I just think I think it'd be terribly sad if we lose another one.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting about that because a friend of mine lives down there as well, and they're very bittersweet about them coming filming because they take over everything.
Well,
and
yes,
and so
they bring so much business there, though. The tourism is a lot to do with Doc Martin now, you know. And
the characters are so wonderful, aren't they? It's the wonderful Selena Cadell, who I've been lucky enough to work with. And she is just the nuance of her characterization. All of them, the whole cast, is extraordinary. I mean, amazing people.
But I will just add on, though, on Friday nights at 8 o'clock.
Please don't.
Go caravanning.
Please don't.
Dee, hurry up, Dee. Come on, quickly, Dee.
Actually, before I talk about what I've been watching, the caravanning program that Sherry's in is so brilliant, and I'm sorry to be so sycophantic, but I'm not being sycophantic. I'm being honest. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and in fact, so much so that I think we should all go caravanning after lockdown and do shows from caravans.
Wonderbirds in a caravan.
Wonderbirds go caravanning.
We have to have 4 caravans. I'm sorry, 4 caravans.
Harriet needs one each for her breasts anyway.
Well, takes one
but anyway,
to know one. Hashtag.
You know, I have to say that, and it's really weird you say that about Doc Martin, because I'm a big fan of Doc Martin. And also, I've been watching Vicar of Dibley, and because I had like this old DVD of
another one,
and it's very similar. And you know, I was absolutely heartbroken when that stopped, when that went off air, because it's so very similar, isn't it? It's about village life, real people, and quite, you know, how you get the sort of people who are really sort of quite a bit odd, a bit quirky, but really real. And I love all that, and I just think. Let's bring it all back, you know.
So sad, isn't it?
Let's make a new series like that, because everyone loves it, and nobody wants to see it finish, you know.
Who's coming in now? There's someone in the nest. I can feel it.
There is somebody in the nest.
In my water.
Oh, and it's very exciting, very, very exciting, because actually she is very, very gorgeous, and not just that, she's also a fantastic sculptor and a philanthropist, and it is the amazing Frances Segelman, sometimes known as Lady Petchy.
Hello,
Frances. Welcome.
It's so lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you all. How fabulous.
The last time I saw you, Frances, was in that very studio, and you were sculpting something very special, and I had the privilege of actually learning about that at the time. So now it's come to fruition, and I know it's absolutely stunning. And tell us all about it, Frances.
Oh gosh, yes, it was quite a while ago, wasn't it? I think
it was.
That I saw you here. Yeah. Well, it's being sculpted for UK youth, and that's a lovely charity for young people. And so she's lovely. I mean, she it's all very daunting doing sculptures of the royals, you know. But
yes.
She was very nice. Super.
Lovely, because you told me that when she was coming, you were a little bit sort of apprehensive, thinking, "Oh my goodness, you know, it's because I know that you've been to the palace and you've sculpted Her Majesty the Queen, Prince Philip, Prince Charles, and of course to be commissioned for Princess Anne's 70th birthday. I know you said to me that she decided to come to you, and you were thinking, "Oh my goodness, you know." So I think you were pleasantly surprised.
Yes, I was. I wasn't sure how it was going to work because I've got a very small studio, and then one of the sittings we had a film crew in there and her lady in waiting, so it was very swamped, very swamped. Because you've seen the studio, haven't you? So you know how small
it's a love. Oh, your studio is beautiful, and I know that you showed me some wonderful busts of people and bronzes, and it's fabulous, Frances. Can we see Princess Anne, please?
Yes, you can. I think we can. I've got my lovely colleague here, Andy, who's helping me with this, because I am very bad with technical things. So he's going to show you Princess Anne.
Because the expression you captured was so brilliant and so fabulous.
We can show you the front. Do you want to see the front of it?
Yes, please.
Please.
We go around the front. Have a look at the front.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Extremely
Really fabulous.
But Frances,
Thank
I
you,
mean,
Frances.
this is just brilliant. This is what you do, but you also do so many other things as well. You and Jack have this fantastic foundation where you help other people. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, well, it's Jack's the thing, you know, he's been working on this for so many years. It's a Jack Picture Foundation, and he started off by giving awards in schools. And what he would do is choose the child in the class that wasn't the top, wasn't the bottom, that was in the middle, and he would give that child an award, and that child would be given an award at a ceremony at the school or in a hall, and in front of all the people from the school, and it would be money, and the money would be spent in the school, and they would have their award in a frame to be taken home. So that started a long time ago, and it's got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and now he's doing this with thousands and thousands of young people.
Wow.
Wow.
Moving and amazing.
Amazing.
Frances, when you see of somebody, when you hear of somebody being a sculptor, you don't ever expect them to look like you do, because you're so gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I know, incredible.
Yeah.
Frances, can I ask you, when did you, I mean, I think I saw in the background Dame Edna Ebridge there, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Divine. Heroine, obviously. But I wanted to ask you, when did you first start sculpting? And what materials do you use? Because it's all different for everybody. So what was your first, was it a bit of pottery at school, or what was it?
It was sand, actually, on the beach when I was very little. I would do lots and lots of faces in the sand.
Yeah.
And then at school it was my favourite subject. It was the only subject I liked. I used to sleep through all the others. And then I did really. I hated all the other things. And then I took it up as a hobby. So after I'd had my 2 children, and they were very young, I went along to a couple of classes to learn how to do armature. That's the support system that goes inside the sculpture. And from then onwards, I never stopped. I carried on doing sculpture.
And how did, I mean, over the years, you've done lots of curtsying because of the royal family, and lots of curtsying. So how did you get into, it's not just sculpting, is it? I mean, it's something extraordinary. And as you said, you had 2 kids, and then you started. And what material do you use always? How do you start it? What happened?
What actually happened was, when I was 14, I sculpted my dad. And I knew to get clay, because I'd obviously heard at school that you use clay. And that was the first time I did anything in sculpture. And then I just bought a bag of clay and started later on in life. And it's just much easier than you think. It's very messy, but it's lovely feel.
Yeah.
And,
I presume you don't wear
lovely.
that when you're sculpting.
Yeah, and I just do heads. I'm really good at heads. So I like the 2-hour sculptures that I do. They're fabulous. Those are my favourite ones, really. So I do a bust in 2 hours in front of a big crowd of people.
Wow.
For a charity.
Fabulous. And you are from a creative background, Frances, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yeah. My dad was always composing music and playing the violin and the piano, and not professionally. And my mum was an artist and also not professional.
Yes.
But that's where it comes from then, all that creativity, that instinct.
Yes.
It's truly in your genes, Frances. I'm fascinated because I'm a cosmetic doctor, and I don't know whether you're aware, but cosmetic doctors and surgeons are frustrated sculptors and artists.
Oh God, yeah.
We all love to think we're terribly artistic, and but of course we're mere mortals when we look at people like you. But a lot of cosmetic doctors and surgeons actually retire and take up painting or sculpting because very famous ones have done that in the past. Deb Bowser was a very famous plastic surgeon who went on to be a sculptor. But I've got 2 questions for you, because I'm absolutely fascinated by what you do. If you just, if it's your last piece of work ever, and you just had one last commission, who would you want to sculpt?
Oh my God, probably one of my children.
Oh,
Yeah, I definitely would. I haven't sculpted them. I sculpted my son when he was very young, but I haven't done any of them since. So that would be, I mean, I don't, you know, the Queen was the ultimate thing for me. You know, I never dreamt I could get to that stage where I could sculpt the Queen. So that was the epitome of my challenges, you know, and now everything that comes along, I'm very happy, I'm very excited to do it, and always with a charity, so that's very good. But I can't say that there's anybody that really, no, in that situation, there isn't anything.
no, that's a lovely thing. Yeah, it's a lovely answer, because it would be your own children that you would do.
It is lovely.
Yeah.
What's your next question, Trace?
And my other thing was, in a way, you've almost sort of answered it. You know, obviously you said the pinnacle was the Queen, but I mean, is there any funny story associated with anything? Is there anything that's taken you by surprise in your work over so many years? There must have been somebody or something that threw you a bit of a curveball and you thought, oh, I didn't really, anything that you could share with us?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's been many things, because I've been sculpting so many years, and obviously lots of things I can't talk about.
I know.
Because, you know, it's all very professional. But I can tell you that Joan Collins, the sitting with Joan Collins was not an easy one. And that was a couple of years ago now. And she's beautiful, incredible, such an attractive woman. And I think she's 85 now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not at liberty to say, I'm afraid. I don't think she ever meant to do it.
I know, and close up, she's amazing, you know. She's absolutely amazing. And we did that, I sculpted her in front of 300 people at the Film Museum in Covent Garden, but she didn't want to sit still, so it was very hard.
Oh.
That brings me to ask you, Frances, do you ever have a situation where people won't sit, so you have to sculpt in a different way?
Well, with her, it was very difficult because, as I said, I do these 2-hour intense sculptures when there's masses of people watching and I don't talk and they don't talk. The guest sitter doesn't talk. And I have to do that very quickly. So that was the one. She was the one that wouldn't sit. And then when I do private commissions in the studio, that takes me a lot longer because people talk a lot and they talk.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and you become their therapist, really.
Yeah,
I bet.
Of course you do, yeah.
I think you should have one, Tracy. I think you should have a sculpture of yourself in your clinic.
Oh, that'd be such fun. And I like the fact that, you know, you donate this to great causes. And I just think it just has a really good feel about it, doesn't it? It's such a lovely thing to do. Oh, you never know. I haven't reached quite those heady heights yet, but it would be lovely. I think I just love the concept of what you do, apart from the fact it's just so beautiful.
But I've just got to go on again about how gorgeous you look.
Oh,
you really
stunning.
I mean, everybody's talking about sculptures and that's fabulous, but I'm just interested in your beauty regime, really.
My beauty regime. Okay.
Any tips?
So tips. Yeah, well, I'm very disciplined. I do lots of exercises. I do have a trainer twice a week. I do walking most days for 30 minutes. And
Good.
I don't eat, I've never eaten red meat in my life.
Good.
I don't eat masses, and I don't usually eat after 6 in the evening. So I think that sort of helps me.
Well, you always look fabulous, and I've been to some of your amazing parties as well, which is such fun. So it's just that the whole to me you elude glamour, and I love glamour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
thank you.
I love
you
glamour.
for being on the Wonderbirds today, darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Darling.
so much.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
She's a wonderful woman, but I have to
Isn't
say,
she
apart from the red
just?
meat, I don't think I can identify with any of her other walking. No, 30 minutes walking. I can't identify with anything else. I salute her, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. Not that disciplined.
Not yet.
She looks very well. She looks very well.
Yes, I know.
Amazing.
If we go caravanning together, we could all do those regimes, couldn't we?
Oh,
Exercise.
Yes, absolutely. Every day.
I've lost you there, Dee. I'm so sorry. I can't hear anything.
We can ask Tracy can come with us, and she can make us all look amazing.
No,
Yes.
hold on a minute. Caravan. I did it once. Never again.
Didn't like it.
Well,
No, it's great fun.
It was when I had it. I'm afraid it was, forever ago, and emptying the toilets and all of that. It wasn't good. But I think
No.
Don't do that now, Tracy. Those days have gone.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Now,
That wasn't
Tracy,
a good moment.
We have
No,
got a
they're very modern.
surprise, haven't we? We've got a surprise for our viewers. Tracy has got us a surprise, girls. What is the surprise?
Doing something a little bit different, aren't we? So,
Oh, yes.
Tomorrow evening from 9 o'clock, we're going to be inviting back Dr. Anne Henderson, who is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist. And we thought, all of us thought it would be interesting to do a show on sex after the menopause, perimenopause, all things that women really want to talk about, but actually feel that they can't talk about all the time. And we wanted to make it fun and light, but really informative. And she has got such interesting information about, love life after menopause. Because I don't know whether you've seen on TV so much now, but I'm really aware of it. Have you seen all these male adverts for all this male health and male?
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
What,
And
you mean
I nearly said it.
Like with the what's it called? What are they called? Those
Viagra.
pills? Viagra.
Yes.
Tracy, I wanted
say
to just
that?
ask you, if I may. I understand perimenopause and menopause, but what was the other word you used? Because it's a mystery.
Beginning
to me.
with S and ending in X.
I don't know the other word. What's that?
you mean the sex word?
What's that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No.
Do you remember that?
We've
why
all
we're doing the
forgotten,
show.
actually.
I mean, I
That's
did live
fine.
through the 80s, so we have all been there, but it's a long time ago.
We've all
That's
been
why
there.
we're doing the show.
Through
And I
the
think
ages.
it'll be really good. I think
I am
she'll
speaking for
discuss-
myself. I am.
Because, sexual life isn't over once we hit the menopause. A lot of women are going into either new relationships out there now, people, their partners have died or they're broken up, or even they're just in a relationship and want to still live and have that. So I think it will be really, really interesting to see and get all the top tips from Anne tomorrow evening.
Yeah, because
It will, indeed.
Get yourself all dolled up and everything else, and then everything else feels like it's fallen apart. So
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. But it's a state of mind, isn't it? And I think she will come. She will give us all the tips, and there's no holds barred. We can ask her whatever we want.
Okay.
Ooh, that's an interesting phraseology there, but thank you.
I was going to say I didn't pick up on that, but I thought Harriet would.
anyway, guys, we will see you. We'll be here tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So have a glass of wine,
Yes,
and we'll be back. And
Lovely.
extra Wonderbirds. Thanks to
It will be
Dr.
great fun.
Ooh,
I'm
it's gonna be
excited.
good.
Forward to it.
See
Thank
you.
you, girls.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.